Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Same. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, to my surprise, the person that struck out affirmative action is also working so hard to strike out other things, DEI and the rest of it. And now let's talk about, what are the 7 different races? We are going to talk about American Indian, then we'll talk about Asian, then African Black or African American, then we have Hispanic or Latino, and then we have Native or white and white people. So now what they are trying to do is that anything that got to do with race, they are striking it out, leaving only sex. Now let's come back. You know, when affirmative action was struck out, they thought that it was just something that was going to affect us. The truth is that when they were working towards that, the Asians, they forgot that anything that happens to us affect them, or most that affects them also. Like, it's not like it's going to affect only people that look like me. It's also going to affect us and affect them. But now when they found out that it is going to affect them, they now knew what they have done. Like I keep saying, some of them actually do not understand or that they are using them as pawns. But then it is what it is. Now they have found out what is going on. They are looking for a way to, but it is too late. So we all are going to go through it. But then there are so many other things surrounding this. But you know what? Let's get into it.
They're starting with Black people to take down all minorities. The same man who took down affirmative action has now won the first case on race-based funding. That means he's trying to redefine what a minority is. When race is no longer a factor, all you have left is sex. And men have been the minority for quite some time. Listen, Arian Simone said it herself.
People who are suing us are using this as a baseline case to try to remove anything that is race-based.
There's Native Americans, the Hispanic community. It took some Asian Americans months to realize they'd been duped with affirmative action laws. Remember, at the end of the day, always follow the money. $76 billion for small disadvantaged businesses, that's all brown people. Disabled veterans may keep their $31 billion, while the hub zone, that $17 billion, good luck with that. And women, remember these numbers? We're the majority. Why come after Black women first? Because typically by the time people believe what Black women are saying, it's too late.
I was just speaking at the National Black Caucus for State Legislators. And when we got done speaking, a lady stood up and said, I don't think you all understand. If the Fearless Fund were to lose, all this legislation you guys wrote about reparations doesn't even matter because it's race-based.
They're just trying to kill off 2 birds with 1 stone. Get richer by making all of us poorer. I know where I'm shopping. You better tell a friend to tell a friend.
Good morning, guys. I want you guys to meet the gentleman who is the problem and he is the main reason why affirmative action was taken away from us, not only for higher education, but also now he's targeting on a group who's known as the Fearless Fund. Now it's an organization that helps promote Black people, which is Black women and men, well, predominantly Black women, to help them to get into the successful as far as with businesses. Okay, they're known as ventures, who pretty much give loans when banks are turning down mostly Black potential who wants to become own their own businesses. Now they have been doing it for a long time, and there was never a problem until this particular person. Now he's one of them. Okay, he's the same gentleman who turned around and overturned affirmative action for higher education, for Ivy League schools. Now most of the people that was in the Black community were selected. Matter of fact, they were handpicked. Matter of fact, they came to their doors, considering the fact because they had high test scores and also they had 4.0 averages all the way from their freshman year to their senior year. Some of them graduated at age 17 and 16 as prodigies. So this would have been exceptional for many higher learning educational schools like Harvard, Brown, many other schools, Princeton, and the list goes on and on. Now, he turned around and overturned that with the help of the people in the United States Supreme Court. All right. And whatever allegations or any substance that he had versus everybody else. But we need to take a look at his corporation. Now, he's a part of this group called DEI, American Corporation. Now, this has been a campaign that was going around since 2021, but I heard it was extended beyond that. Now, he had some problems in Texas when he wanted to run as a congressman, and he felt that they were going against him considering the fact of his background. So he made a prosecution against them, but apparently that failed. So from that time, he has been trying to change the game when it came to anti-affirmative affirmative group or any type of group is. But let me tell you something. The affirmative movement was pretty much to help women of color, and including for people who are blacks, to give them the opportunity to go to these high schools, to go to certain schools, entering in certain jobs, and getting into programs because of not because of the color of their skin, but also to give them an open door. Because a lot of times doors were closed to us, and we pretty much had to do things on our own and have our own businesses and do forth, considering the fact that we was being rejected. Now, he's been marching around and making campaigns and slogans, which I have told you previously before. Now, you guys need to stop with the controversy with all these celebrities because they're no help to us. Because obviously, if this Fearless Fund loses their case and have to lose their charter and their businesses, this prevents African Americans and even Black Americans to have the opportunity to open up bank accounts, to own businesses, and even to go to school, and helping them with colleges, because they claim that it's not only for business purposes, but also to help students who are in need and need the funding to go to colleges, okay, and get the education and the source that they need. And it's not only going to affect Black women, but Black men and children as well. Because what they want to do is put shackles on us, okay, shackles on our feet. And then who knows, try to overturn our even rights to even have free speech, to vote, and have equality. Because that was the fundamental system of affirmative action, including our civil rights movement. And many of our ancestors, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and the list goes on, and had fought and struggled to make sure that we can get the fundamental and the equality that we need. But I also researched him, that he's a part of a Zionist group. Now, the Zionist group to me is a white supremacist group, okay? And they want to go against the grain of us, our Black community. And before TikTok throws stone at me, I want you guys to see that some of the videos that was portrayed with him and his speeches. But I know that TikTok is going to try to banish me and try to put me on community guideline and also block me from that. So you guys can look at the link and Google it, because he has been going around making campaign speeches telling us that we have to end all of these type of things and starting this thing called diversity, equality, inclusion, even preventing us the rights to even march, to be on picket lines. And he's already starting it already. Because in Alabama, a senator has signed that, okay? And they have been going around. He's also the main reason why some of our books from history, because they're trying to wipe us out of our history of Black American history being subject into school matters, with the help of this man and many others alongside with him. I see that the world is going back into the Civil War, back into the 1800s and even the 1700s, and they want to reprogram, and one thing they want to do is eliminate our race, and we cannot allow that to happen. We don't have leaders, so we have to be that leader. I want you guys to research more about this man and spread the word about him, and even try to fight and end all his inequality, and even support the girls, the ladies, them on the Fearless Fund, because if they lose, then we're all losing. I also want you to check out my song Babylon Time Machine, because some of the lyrics is really, really, truly giving a prophecy of what is going on to this day in modern age. Instead of us going forward and dealing with the times with technology, trying to go forth and try to build up infrastructure of education, systematics of people, for people to have generation of wealth and equality for all. It's like we're going back in time in Babylon times, where people are making their own governments and trying to put people into slavery and put them in the movement against the grain. And this is a modern primary example. I had released this out sometime last year. I think it was this year. And as I released it out this year, because I kept on seeing a lot of strange things as far as our political government, how people are trying to come up with these things of theories to prevent our people to even make it in the world. And then I'm seeing all the backwardness of music industries and corporations and so forth. And then I started researching about this DEI and also all these organizations. They have organizations and corporations that's not even helping the economy or the infrastructure or helping people to even get jobs, but it's preventing people. They're using their ethnicity and their religion and even their belief in these corporations. And to me, this should be a negative stigma. This should be banned. Where you're funding an organization that to end with hate and also cause a whole type of thing of destruction, all because you want to gain control and have access over another person. And then you're targeting someone based on an organization and saying it's because of race situation, where it has nothing to do with you. When you yourself have a corporation that's dealing with hatred against race, and then you're talking about you helping the foundation of America. No. These are these same type of people that deal with Darwin theory, Charles theory, and all these Richard Marx theory, and half of them was racist. Half of them was telling things that was destroying and causing communism instead of putting democracy and republic. You know, if you do the research of some of them and you're listening to some of these left wings. So in my song, Babylon Time Machine says you don't even have to press wine, press pray, because we are seeing it today.
My question is very simple. What does woke mean? Yes, I am a TikToker. What does woke mean? Woke is rooted in Marxism, and what it means is that society is based in pitting people against each other, and in basically giving somebody labels. So, as I'm sure you know what it means.
You know what's interesting about Moms for Liberty and white nationalist talking points? They literally don't know why they hate people. They just do. And when they don't have a reason, they just start making up shit. That is not what woke means. Although clearly she don't know what woke means. It started in the 1970s, but then became popularized again in the 2010s during all of the massive protests when people were saying stay woke. And then after that died down, they decided to make it into a thing about woke being into Marxism. It has nothing to do with that. But they just be making shit up like we can't look up this information. And people listen to them. These are the groups that are responsible for changing policies with representatives for our kids' education. And they cannot even articulate why they hate something so much at a function to a teacher. These people are so stupid.
So, the day has to start off with some fuckery. So, I'm going to say something that's going to sound crass and it's going to sound cruel, but it has to be said. You motherfuckers are going to die of ass cancer being afraid of woke. You are going to fuck around and get something that is either misdiagnosed or undiagnosed because your stupid ass is afraid of the woke mind virus. And I am not going to feel bad for you in the least bit. Not an ounce. Not a single solitary molecule of sorry will you get out of me. Because you motherfuckers are out of your motherfucking mind. You're stupid as shit. Okay? And y'all gonna keep listening to Elon Musk dumbass saying woke mind virus and believing it, and you're gonna fuck around and lose a lung. I want you to understand this. We are still having conversations with fucking white people over woke. And y'all do not know what the fuck you are talking about. You have no earthly goddamn idea what the fuck that even means. Now you believe woke is everywhere. Y'all gonna let dried up old white people get y'all fucking killed because your dumbass don't know what the fuck you were talking about. This is what infuriates black folk. Okay? This is what infuriates black folk. You take something with meanings you do not know a fucking thing about. You take them, you misinterpret them, you start adding on bullshit on them. And then you bring your fucking ass back to us, trying to tell us some shit you don't know a goddamn thing about. Now, all of a sudden, thanks to Elon Musk, who, let me make sure I say this one more goddamn time, is a white supremacist child of apartheid whose dad owned an emerald mine. An emerald mine. He was rich because he's a Nepo baby. And now he owns one of the largest, if not the largest fucking social media platform. And he's out here spreading fucking anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, and goddamn white supremacist bullshit. And he's talking about the woke mind virus infecting med schools, the med school at UCLA. Y'all gonna fuck around and lose somebody you love because the doctor that they had in there was anti-woke. That was the only reason they were there. Hey, are you anti-woke? Yes, I am anti-woke. Great, we'll put you in medical school. This is the aggravation that black folks have with y'all. It's not just the fact that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Bill Maher, Elon Musk, and any other person that would use the phrase woke mind virus. It's the fact that when you bring it back to us, it is all fucking worn out, fucked up, tore up, banged up. And you're trying to tell us what the fucking explanation is. Well, I'm telling you what woke is. Tell me. Well, woke is when... Shut up. Shut the fuck up. KC kid. But that's the problem. CRT is an elective law course. But y'all let Christopher Rufo fucking wrap your ass into believing that CRT was the reason your kid isn't eating at lunch because it took its fucking lunch money and its lunch. CRT is creeping around buildings. It's going to touch my children because you're fucking idiots. Dumber than a bag of hammers. Broken ones at that. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. You live in a goddamn country with a bunch of people that don't look like you. Looks lawful diverse. You work at a job and you expect to get something out of that job like, I don't know, some equity or a stake in the company. You'd be mad as fuck if I told your little blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid to stay the fuck out of something. He's not being included. Oh, inclusion? But because it was the letters DEI, it was easier for you simple fucks to understand. And then there's woke. Woke. Something that Marcus Garvey talked about. Something that has been in the black lexicon for decades. Decades. It ran through the jazz. It ran through rock and roll. It ran through the blues. It ran through R&B. Then it runs through hip hop. And then white people get a hold of it. And it ain't been the same since. And then y'all keep trying to bring this shit back to us after y'all done fucked it all the hell up. Looking at it like, see, that's just what woke means. It don't mean that shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. And y'all swear up and down it's everywhere. Y'all swear up and down it's everywhere. It's the excuse for mediocre fucking white men to fucking feel aggrieved. Jerry Seinfeld, Bill Maher, I'm looking dead at your motherfucking asses. How come I just can't say the N-word? You can say it, but if I smack the shit out of your ass, there's the consequences. That sounds woke to me. No, it's called common decency, you simple fucks. When we were saying it, we were alerting ourselves to the dangers of white supremacists in the world. When y'all say it, I don't know what it means. It's always somewhere lurking, though. You always know it. It's the goddamn phantom. Is what it is. Y'all just be out here saying shit. Anytime I have to hear about the woke mind virus or CRT from countrified white folks at a Trump rally, only when they're asked what that means, they don't know, I realize the plot of the movie is done. This bitch went from a Western to a goddamn alien flick. Mid in the middle of the movie. Whoop, what the fuck? And y'all gonna let Elon Musk tell y'all about woke mind virus in med school. I want y'all to say that in here and then say it out loud and see if that shit makes any sense to you. Huh? Woke mind virus in medical school? What the fuck does that even mean? That's what y'all gonna look like. That's exactly what the fuck y'all gonna look like. Make no mistake about it, Elon Musk can afford the best healthcare on earth. Yo dumb ass gonna fuck around and die after a leg break because of sepsis or MRSA. But I guarantee you'll be able to say, well, at least I didn't die from the woke mind virus. Nope, you just died from regular ass MRSA. That virus caught you. Do you see how stupid y'all fucking sound, man? And y'all really be out here struggling, trying to tell African American scholars and historians what you believe woke is. You see how fucking dumb that sounds? Hey, black guy, I understand that you've been black your whole life and you've been raised with these stories about what woke really means, but I'm going to tell you what it means. Woke means I got to pay attention to gay people. What? Keep playing. Keep fucking playing. Keep running from CRT or DEI or woke. Keep playing. Keep playing. And one day, your anti-this and anti-that, anti-woke, anti-CRT, anti-DEI is going to bite you in the balls. And when it happens, not if, but when it happens, make sure you put on whatever the fuck it is, it will either be your last testament, that at least you didn't die from woke. You fucking idiots.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and trust me, it looks like everybody is all up on black people, you know. And this is really sad. The fact that some of them really do not even understand and cannot even define woke tells you a lot. And they are always very ready to tell you that they are anti-woke. So what are you? What exactly are you after? Because you can be after something that you do not understand or you do not know. So who are you trying to fight? Because it looks like all they are doing or all they are working towards is to silence people that look like me. They do not want you to raise. They do not want you to rise. They do not want you to move forward. So for them, why would you want to move forward? Let's block everything. Let's tighten everything. Because as you can see, why would they all of a sudden blocking? There is no DEI, affirmative action, and all that. And the same person that is working towards this, that blocked affirmative action is also one person also fighting for DEI. So what they are doing is that they are going to look for a way to get everything, cover up or tighten everything for Black people and then make themselves richer and make things easier and better for them. Because if not, why are they doing this? I love the fact also that the people that thought that we were the problem, you know, because at some point they thought it is all us benefiting and like, you know, enjoying the whole thing. And then they confused them. They went, they tried, and now they are out there crying, seeing what is going on and what is happening. The truth is that most of all these things, when it is affecting us, it is also affecting them. Not like it is only because they thought it was only going to affect us at first. Then when they did what they did, they found out that everybody is even going to like, you know, go through it and the rest of it. And then they are like, you know, sometimes when we say that they are using them as pawns, the truth that they do not understand it is something that is like, that marvels me so bad. And now look at it. Now the panic over what med school. Why all of a sudden med school? Wait, what did they really understand as this work? Now this is like creating bias, or should I say creating a not good mindset for people in maybe in med school and all that. Because now look at this, everything is just all going anti people that look like me, right? And how are they even all of a sudden in a school? That's why most times when people tell you what they are facing when it comes to healthcare and all that, they said that we are exaggerating our pains. We are making things up. How are we making things up when all these are all there, glaring and looking at us? Man, it is more like everybody is after people that look like me, and that it's horrifying. So yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.